have given it a lot of thought. Most of my friends drive, most of my friends are guys, and I've known them to go to a pub and come out after a lager, and I've known myself never to get in the car with them because I've been in the car and they're sober, and they're not the best of drivers, to be honest. But I think a lot of people should be aware of their drink driving, but to save people's lives, basically.
Yeah. You don't know the presentation, you haven't seen the presentation. What do you think might be in the presentation from today, from the charity break?
I hope there's a lot of graphic pictures. Maybe I'll be able to tell my friends more to be more aware of what they're doing, especially if they go to a pub and they think about getting into a car after it. Maybe if I know more, then I can give the information back to them and they'll maybe think twice.
Will you talk to me after you watch the presentation today? Give some feedback. Thank you.
The presentation went well. It's actually made me look more into me as a passenger in my friend's car. Before I would let them text me their mobile, let them phone their mobile, and now I no longer need to speak up and say no, I don't want to be a passenger with us. And I think I'd probably tell them no. So just hang on.
Being a non-driver myself, I haven't heard of the charity break, but I'm actually quite keen to see what it's all about. I was talking to some of the lasses and the guys in here, and they were all talking about it, putting their own opinions and stuff on it, and it seems like a lovely charity, and we're going to talk about it a wee bit more and see what's happening in that.
Would you be keen to come back after the presentation and talk to us about what your feelings are on the presentation and about the charity?
Absolutely. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be all mind-numbing and boring, but it got the point across in a kind of horrific way. But it was really interesting and I really enjoyed it.
How will it change you as a passenger or a driver?
I'm not going to drive now.
That wasn't the purpose.
If I was going to start driving, then I'd be really, really cautious about how I went upon it.
I agree with you.
Do you feel it that way too? You've had a fatality in your family, so how do you feel now about driving in Scotland?
I feel I needed more. I drive safe, so I use the seatbelt all the time, and I go check if another passenger have a belt.
I've just passed my test on the 20th of March 2010, just a couple of days ago. It's extremely nerve-wracking, but I'm glad I've done it. It's great to be on the road. I was quite worried about going out on my own for the first time, but I know the whole point of being able to drive is to be out there and be independent, so my husband forced me to go out after I had passed. I was worried about other road users, which was my main concern, because they don't know that I've just passed and they're taking it that I'm as good a driver as them, which obviously I'm not, because I don't have the experience, and I know that you only really learn to drive once you've passed your test. It's not the learning before it that gets you on the road. So I purchased a pair of green L's. I actually purchased 2 sets, so I have 2 in the front and 2 in the back, so people will be patient with me and give me a bit of space, because people do drive quite dangerously, I've noticed in my own.
And what do you know about the Break charity?
Personally, I don't know anything about the Break charity, but I know that we are going to be learning about it today.
I passed my test 34 years ago, so I've been driving since I was quite young. I noticed that over the years now, the roads are very busier, a lot busier. Driving attitude between drivers is abysmal. Nobody's got any time for it. There's no enjoyment in driving. Everybody's wanting to bite each other's throat. I think driving over a length of time, maybe years, people fall into bad habits. They forget where they came from with the driving test. They tend to get complacent with their driving, and that leads to not paying attention in the roads. I did work in the driving industry for a good few years, and I did see a lot of silly things that went on, and on a personal level I know that when people have an accident, it has a big impact on them for the rest of their life. The victim, maybe as well as the person that's been driving the vehicle, it can affect their life as well, and it's really horrendous. I know personally, because my wife, she was in a road accident and scarred all the side of her face. And before that she'd been doing modelling, and that really messed up her whole life. Even years after it, it still played on her mind. So I know it does have a big impact on people.
My name's Leila Hamilton. I am a new driver and I've just watched the campaign for safe driving with Brake Charity. I've learned a lot from today. A hell of a lot. So I'm quite shocked by actually to how many things can go wrong so fast. Mainly we've gone too fast. I've only been driving a couple of days myself and I have noticed my speeds have been creeping up because the confidence has been getting more and more and more, but it's not always about your driving, it's about sometimes having to drive for other people as well around about you and think ahead. If you're going too fast then you don't have as much time.
My name is John and I'm an experienced driver. I've had my licence for over 30 years. Today was with the road safety campaign, and I learned a lot today, even though I've been driving for a long time. I found the day very informative. I've seen a lot of things on the screen, on the films, that I found quite disturbing, but I think that's a disturbing. The message was coming across, and I think that's what the idea of it was. The message I've taken away from it is to increase my awareness on